Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Hurt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And, oh, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. New York set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here we go. Blue line it.
On 1st down, Burt. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Let's go.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Back to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Back to throw. Burt, he can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Damon Harrison in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And the Falcons have opened up the lead there to a couple of scores. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And right side caught Hogan. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go! What? 90!
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
On play action, they'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll go on the ground. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Bird. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
Looking to throw. Burt, he's going to look deep. This is caught inside the 15. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. This is first and goal from about the 8. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit.
From the gun on third down. Burt. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. In for the score. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37th. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Let's go. Brand 38.
Johnson on the counter. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Flex round. Here we go. Brand 38.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go. Grand 38.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
Here we go. Grand 38.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Ohio. Flex round.
Looking to throw. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. This from 54 yards away. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Redskins send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8. Off-play action. Burt, the strong running. He'll rifle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
From the gun, Burt going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burt is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. It's caught inside the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there. We keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Looking to throw on second down. Burt. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Burt. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Burt. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 30!
Back to throw. Burt. Wide open receiver complete. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaking up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Burt. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Flushed out right, underneath for Johnson. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Cut.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now back to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Hogan. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go. What?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Gun.
Looking to throw. Burt. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, Burt. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Burt. Flush to his right. And the ball is knocked out. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Burt. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 13. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now they try the right side here. Powers through it. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we can nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky. Back to throw. Burt. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a handoff looking right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Leopard! Leopard!
On 3rd down. That's Hale. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll drop to throw. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jets, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. I'm Brandon.